Oh, Otter. You
I
watched
love that
Major
show.
Payne for the first time.
Yeah, that was a fun experience.
Oh yeah, I love that
Oh,
movie.
nice.
I was surprised by how dumb it wasn't. I expected it to be so much stupider when I saw that, and I was like,
What?
"This actually isn't bad."
Which
it has
movie?
its moments of being
Major
dumb, but it
Payne.
also
yeah,
has
definitely,
its really
but-
heartfelt moments.
Which
I
movie
just
we
thought it was
talking
going to be
about?
straight up
Major
dumb,
Payne.
and it
Oh,
was
Major
not.
Payne.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you
I,
watch
I
it
had
the
that on
first
VHS
time?
to watch it too much
I
time.
was so pleasantly surprised when I watched that.
When did
I
you
feel
watch
like it's the perfect embodiment of Billy Bob Sack's sense of humor.
it?
Not enough
Dummy.
dick jokes.
I'll show you a dummy.
I'm gonna shove my foot so far up your ass the
The
water off my
on
knee will quench your thirst.
throat. Yeah, that
Oh,
was one of the few movies. I grew up on a ranch, so I only had a handful of movies on VHS, and that was one of them. And I watched too much time. One of my
can't
favorite
believe I
ones
missed
is
that one.
one of
I
my
watched it
favorite
on
ones right
VHS
off
as
the
well.
one of my favorite ones right off the back was when he first introduced himself, lines up the kids in front, and they're like, "Oh, just yeah, whatever." And you just hear him shooting his gun directly up in the air to get their attention. Just unloads the magazine.
Basically, Heartbreak Hill.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
keep on
Heartbreak
can't
Hill
do
laughing.
that
territory.
anymore. in
Hey,
movies.
Otter, how did you like Jack Nicholson in it?
He's literally there for like 2 minutes, but I mean he does play a pretty pivotal role in it. It
Yeah.
actually made me care more.
Because I got Trippy to watch it because we were posting shit on it yesterday,
I saw that.
and then Trippy went and watched it too, and I was like, all right, can't wait until he sees Jack Nicholson show up for like 2 minutes as a abusive drunk dad.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? For some reason, I thought that was Michael Ironside. That wasn't it.
the thing is, I half realized it, but I didn't fully realize it until Billy Bob Sack said it last night, and I went, "Holy shit, that is Jack Nicholson."
I mean, if you're gonna get a cameo for a role, I think that's perfect role. You know, something actually pivotal yet small. Still gonna have a very character moments because of it.
I really liked Brad Pitt's cameo in Deadpool 2. Anybody remember that?
No, I don't remember that
No.
one.
He was
Where he
in there.
plays the
Deadpool
Invisible
too.
Man, and he
Yes.
gets electrocuted.
Oh,
yeah, the whole
yeah.
time you wonder if there's actually somebody there until he got hung up in the power lines and you only saw him while he was getting electrocuted. It was Brad Pitt.
Oh,
Showed
yeah.
up for like
Yeah.
half a second. That was it. Just to die. It was like,
One of my favorite Brad Pitt roles is in 12 Monkeys.
Oh,
role in
yeah.
that is
oh,
utter bad shit.
I bet you he had so much fun playing that part. He just looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah, I'm willing to believe it. It's
Werner.
pretty easy, pretty believable.
You know, he is a very good actor. You know, I haven't yet to see him in a bad role. I really haven't. I haven't seen him in a bad role, and he does kind of adjust. What was that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. I like that. I
He
like
plays
it.
Cliff Booth. That's
Yeah.
my favorite performance of him. It's just great.
I always think of his performance in Inglourious Bastards.
Well, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Redoubt. I forgot that
Killing
Bam
Nazis.
Bigelow was in Major Payne as well.
He is. I think he's like the hired guard or something they go to send to go kill whatchamacallit. Kill
Well, they go to send to beat up Major Payne to get him to leave. He's the biker.
Okay.
Yes. While he was dipping out of WWE and going to ECW.
What's ECW?
ECW.
Was it Extreme Championship Wrestling, I think?
Yes. But it was mostly everyone on drugs.
Yeah,
hitting each
ECW
other
is
with
the
chairs and
greatest
doing all
/
kinds
worst thing to happen to wrestling. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
I still think one of the best things to happen to wrestling was the Dudley Boys. Devon, get the tables.
Yes, they were. In my opinion, they are the greatest. Well, they're one of the greatest tag teams. I think they're the most decorated.
They're the most
tag
fun.
teams. I mean, nothing will compare to the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. They are definitively the greatest of all time.
Okay, what do you think of this team, Kai and Tai?
It's so weird
Indeed.
seeing him nerd out. I like it.
Oh, I need to make a correction. It was Michael Ironside. I don't know why I was thinking Jack Nicholson earlier.
Okay, there you go. I knew it was Ironside.
How
So
do
I
you
was the only
confuse
one that
Nicholson with
remembered.
Ironside?
I was the only one that remembered.
But
Have
still,
I
that's
ever
fucking
told you the
badass.
story
Yeah.
of the little engine that could?
Oh gosh.
Just retelling him his first
But
mission.
just didn't.
He's like, I can't feel my leg. Bubba, they ain't there. Oh gosh, that's such a good one. He just unloads the magazine into the kid's closet to prove there's no freaking monster in there.
Oh, they got the when they try to blackmail Major Payne in the movie, they dress up the fat kid.
Oh gosh.
to take
Hello,
pictures with
Betty.
him.
Hello, Betty. Man, freaking Damon Wayans. He did. That was probably one of his greatest performances right there. He was one of my favorite comedians back in the day. I even watched his sitcom. I miss those days when they just give comedians sitcoms and surrounded by terrible actors. Miss those days.
You know what I wish we could do, which I know we can't do, is I finally watched Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. We can't
Oh,
do
God.
that in today's society. We can't
Oh,
have
God.
fun
No.
and make fun of everything.
Absolutely not.
The
What do you
romance scene
think
is
people would
absolutely
think
over.
today if White Chicks just got released right now?
Oh,
You couldn't do
they
Hangover.
might like it.
Haji.
What would happen?
That's kind
Oh,
of a
God.
tough one.
I think they could
They-
get
they-
away with
God.
it 'cause
people
it
would be
mainly-
torn on that.
I don't
I
think
mean,
so,
they
'cause it
immediately
primarily
have-
makes fun of white people. It's black people
Yeah.
primarily making
Yeah,
fun of
we-
rich white
That's
people.
what I said.
They get
People
away
would
with
be
it.
torn on that, but they'd be like, "But that's white face and woman face. You can't do that." Ah.
I don't think they care about white face.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
maybe
care
the
about
woman
that.
part. Maybe the woman part, but I think that might mask it with the fact that they're rich white women. If
My
maybe
favorite
one of them was
gag-
black.
My favorite gag of the Hot Shot series isn't even like one of the most raunchy ones. It's from I think part duh. I think it's part duh. When they're going up the river
Ah,
and
I
Charlie
love
Sheen's narrating, and out of nowhere, here comes Martin Sheen out of Apocalypse Now.
I loved you. Oh gosh, yeah. That was
You know
good.
what's
I
funny?
loved you
Okay,
in Wall Street.
I really wish that I had mad Photoshop skills because in Hot Shots Part 2, when he's riding the motorcycle, standing on it one-legged, pointing in the air, I wish I had the ability to Photoshop Royce's face and call it Sunday Coffee.
Chat. You know
or
when
maybe
you must
that,
leave.
or maybe the similar scene from what was it called? Hard Target with Van Damme when he's like standing on a running motorcycle and
Exactly. That would be funny as hell.
but
to
leave the
wickedness
mullet.
me.
Yeah, use the Van Damme one and leave the mullet on.
Oh my gosh. But I can't have the Photoshop skills.
I might. I'm just not sure if I have the time.
I'm an otter with simple tastes. In part 2, I just love the chicken arrow scene.
I like where it was doing the body count as he was killing all the bad guys, and it goes bloodiest movie ever, and then he runs out of ammo, goes up to a box full of
Yeah,
bullets,
just
scoops up a
throws
handful,
bullets.
throws it, and when he throws it, you hear the brrrr, and all the guys in front of him fall over.
I like the first one where he cracks the egg on her and it's hot enough to cook her.
That whole romance scene is just pure gold. I love it so much.
You can't get away with that anymore, man.
They actually used to make a fair amount of spoof movies back in the day.
They
A
did.
decent
But
one. Even Val
I
Kilmer wasn't one of them.
I feel like we're getting freaking cheated, man, because they had all the spoof movies on Hulu for free.
Mhm.
So I was just watching these. I'm like, why the hell have I never seen these? There's like
Yeah.
one with Declassified where they're going behind the Iron Curtain in 1990s.
They're back
then-
from a time when people were allowed to have fun.
It's just like we're getting screwed, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
don't look at this. It's going to be terrible. And there's a mirror that magically shows up behind, or a window that magically shows up behind him that reflects everything.
What was
There's
the
a
most
lot of
recent
great jokes.
iteration of that before all of it went away? There was
Oh, those were
the
terrible.
There was the
Those-
full-on parody movies. Then there were the
Mhm.
college road trip movies.
Those
Yeah.
don't
Oh
really
yeah.
count.
They
Those
don't know
didn't
how to
have the
make
same
fun.
Those
type
were
of-
not parody movies. Those were almost
They
like
don't
these
have
weird.
heart. They don't have heart.
It's not even that. They didn't really have jokes. They just had strange pop culture references, and like if you look at them, they're more skits than anything. They're like skit shows.
And if you
I look-
string a bunch of those together, you get an episode of Family Guy.
yeah,
Or the Big
Yeah,
Bang
I mean,
Theory.
yeah, I
Hey,
miss the old school ones. They don't
Go to
make them
jail.
anymore, and they had
No.
very clever comedy. I remember the one. I think it was one with Val Kilmer. I can't remember what it was called, but there was a scene when they're all trying to walk quietly through the woods, and their feet are making a lot of noise. And then so Kilmer stops, turns around, and goes, "Shush, keep them down." They all nod, and they keep walking the exact same, but the editor just took out the sound. I think that's hilarious.
I think it was called Batman.
Maybe.
But no, like I watched Naked Gun for the first time too.
Oh my
They're
god.
I'm just like, why?
Have you watched
why
Airplane
not
yet?
into movies? Yeah, I've seen Airplane.
That was great.
Don't
The autopilot. I was just like,
Yeah.
it was so bad.